Good evening. Welcome to this discussion of 2024 prelims paper of Ancient and Medieval Indian History. This year, the number of questions from Ancient and Medieval Indian History have gone slightly down, and we will discuss this. And I am using set number A. Okay, I am using set number A to discuss the questions. So we'll start with question number 54. With reference to ancient India, Gautam Buddha was generally known by which of the following epithets? And as I always say, epithets, the other names of kings, saints, scholars, philosophers, and including other lesser known names of places are a favorite area for UPSC. And this time they have asked the epithet of Gautam Buddha. So let's see the options here. Option number 1, Nayaputta. Option number 2, Shakyamuni, and option number 3, Tathagata. So when we dig deep into the option number 1, Nayaputta, and Nayaputta, Samana, these are all epithets that do not belong to Buddha but belong to Lord Mahavira. So you can eliminate this option. When you eliminate option number 1, so the option number 1, option A and option C both get eliminated, and that leaves you with either option number B or option number D. And let's see option number 2. Option number 2 is Shakyamuni, and I think this is the most easiest of options that's given here compared to all the three, Nayaputta, Shakyamuni and Tathagata. So because, as you all know, Prince Siddhartha belonged to the Shakya clan. And Muni means sage. So Shakyamuni means the sage of the Shakya clan. And second is the right option. And that means that's sufficient for us to get to the right option. That is option number B. But still, let us go to the next one, Tathagata. Tathagata is another epithet of Buddha, which is used by Buddha while describing himself. So Shakyamuni and Tathagata are both epithets of Buddha. Let's go to the next question. Question number 54. We have historical sites, and recent trends show at least one question has been asked consistently on historical sites, archaeological sites. Let's see the options here. They have asked the archaeological sites, and I have always told you to remember the sites state-wise. It is very important to remember any historical places you come across, ancient India and medieval India. Ancient India especially, you have to remember them state-wise and the description of that site. First one is Chandraketugad, and they say that it belongs to Odisha and it is a trading port town. Now Chandraketugad is a very famous site, and it has also been an option in previous year. In 2021, they are asked Chandraketugad as a terracotta site. But one thing we know, Chandraketugad is known for its terracotta art, but we know that it belongs to Bengal and not Odisha. So statement 1 is wrong. And when you know that the first statement is wrong, that automatically eliminates option number B and also it eliminates option number A and it eliminates option number D. So option number A and D are eliminated, and that leaves us with option number B and option number C. Let's go to the second option here, Imamgaon. And we all know Imamgaon is one of the most famous Chalcolithic site, and we all know it is located in the state of Maharashtra. All the basic books cover Imamgaon, and Imamgaon of Maharashtra is a famous Chalcolithic site, and that is enough to get the right answer here. So that is, you know that for sure that option number option number 1 is wrong, and you know for sure that option number 2 is right. So A and D gets eliminated, and since C does not have 2, so it will become option number B, 2 and 3 only. But however, even though we have got to the right option, that is option number B, we will still see the other options here. Now, You know for sure that 3 is correctly matched. Mangadu in Kerala, it is a megalithic site. So many people do not focus too much on megalithic age, megalithic sites, but Mangadu is a megalithic site. Probably not as famous as Adichanallur, which is one of the most famous megalithic sites located in Tamil Nadu, but Mangadu is a megalithic site that is located in Kerala. Next is Sailahundam, which says the state is Andhra Pradesh. The state is, however, correctly matched here, Sailahundam, but the trap here is it is not known for rock-cut cave shrines. It is more of a Buddhist shrines, known for Buddhist architecture and artifacts. So, fourth is also wrong. So, Chandraketugad, it is not in Odisha, it's in Bengal, and Sailahundam, though it is in Andhra Pradesh, it is known for its Buddhist site, not for rock-cut shrines. Imamgaon, Maharashtra, Chalkolithic site, correctly matched. Mangadu, Kerala, megalithic site, correctly matched. Let's move on to the next one. The question number 56. We're going to solve question number 56. Right, so it is one of the relatively on the tougher side in this year's prelims, and you have to use intelligent guessing probably, because I don't think any of the standard books cover this information. I know the answer here. Let's first discuss it and then continue. Who of the following rulers of medieval India gave permission to the Portuguese to build a fort at Bhatkal? So, gave permission to Portuguese to build a fort at Bhatkal. So, the correct option is Krishna Devaraya, who had the very good relations with the Portuguese and allowed them to build a fort at Bhatkal. Now, like Krishna Devaraya is a very important personality of medieval period and the greatest of Vijayanagara rulers. And it is not a commonly known fact, this one, the ruler who gave permission to the Portuguese to build a fort at Bhatkal. It is slightly it's slightly on the difficult side. It is slightly on the difficult side, and you have to use little bit of intelligent guessing, because this fact about Krishna Devaraya is not so mainstream. And let's go on to the last question of ancient and medieval Indian history. And the last question in this section is based on the Vedic literature. Very straightforward questions, one of the easier questions that are asked, one of the easiest question asked in this year's prelims. So consider the following statements. The first one, there are no parables in Upanishads. I think the only tricky part of this question is whether or not you know the meaning of the word parables. Okay, so parables means stories, and if you knew parables means stories, I think you can get easily this questions. So it says there are no parables in Upanishads. We all know Upanishads is the source and the origins of Indian philosophy could be traced to it, and we know that Upanishads contains lot of stories. That means there are a lot of parables. And just an additional information, one of my favorite parables or the stories in Upanishads is the story, the conversation between King Yayati and Death. King Yayati would have ruled for 100 years and death comes for him, and he asks Death asks Yayati to come with him, that his time has come. Yayati would have conquered entire thing that he could conquer. He would be rich, he would have had a lot of sons, lot of wealth, and Yayati tells that he is not yet ready to go with him. So the Death replies to Yayati that if not you, one of your sons should come with me. And Yayati keeps on asking his sons, and until his youngest son volunteers. And Yayati gets 100 more years of life. After 100 more years, death comes. Yayati is still not ready. And then one more son. Now after 1000 years of like that, Death tells Yayati that now at any cost you have to come. Because no matter how much time you have been given, you have not done anything with that time. You are still the same how you were 900 years back. So this shows that it doesn't matter how much time we get, unless we make use of it, it is of no use. these things you can use it as an anecdote or somewhere in your essays if you are appearing for the mains examination. So coming back to this question, so statement 1 is absolutely wrong. Statement 2, fairly straightforward. Upanishads were composed earlier than the Puranas. So you know the chronology, right? Upanishad, it is part of the Shruti literature. Vedas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas and Upanishads. And Shruti literature was composed during early Vedic period and later Vedic period, slightly overlapping with post-Vedic period. Shruti literature that comprises of Vedas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas and Upanishads starts during early Vedic period or later Vedic period and overlaps slightly with the post-Vedic period. Whereas Puranas belong to the Smriti literature, and the Smriti literature always starts from post-Vedic period. So the rough time period where Upanishads were composed was 800 BCE to 400 BCE. And whereas Puranas, the rough time period for the Puranas is from 300 BC to 400 CE, BCE to CE. So obviously Upanishads were composed earlier than the Puranas, pretty straightforward, and that means option number B is the right option here. 2 only, statement 1 is false. And that's it. Not many questions were asked from ancient and medieval India then. And I wish you guys all the best. Okay, if you are appearing for your mains examination, I hope all of you have performed well in your prelims exam, and wish you all the best. Thank you.